Buongiorno.
Huh? Say it again.
Buongiorno.
One more time. Say it again.
Buongiorno.
Hey.
Yeah, you bastards. All right, this week we are going to review the movie Inglourious Basterds here on A Seat Apart Real Reviews. And what can you say? I think everyone's going to like this movie. I know our critics here do. Let's get right at it. Let's go out to Matty W. Kelley from the Poo Poo Movie Awards. Matty, it's not science fiction, but I know you're going to dig this.
Inglourious Basterds. This film was absolutely glorious. Move over Gran Torino, and yes, even move over Transformers 2, because this film may and will be the movie of the year. This movie is about a group of Jewish American soldiers dropped in France, and they're setting out to kill and scalp Nazis. And let me tell you, they do. And they do so in glorious fashion. But don't think for a minute that that's the whole movie, because there are other stories intertwined throughout this film that'll leave you on the edge of your seat and pumping your fist from beginning to end. The acting is stupendous. Brad Pitt as Lieutenant Aldo Raine rocks. Eli Roth plays Donnie Donowitz, aka the Jew Bear, is incredible. And still in the show in this movie is Christoph Waltz, who plays a ruthlessly evil Nazi named Colonel Hans Lander. And let me tell you, this guy will most likely win the best supporting actor for this role because he is out of his mind. Hannibal Lecter's got nothing on this crazy mofo. Writer-director of this film, Quentin Tarantino, hits a grand slam. The way his mind works and his writing surpasses anyone of his generation, and I think he knows this. There's a scene at the end of this movie where Lieutenant Aldo Raine is carving his signature swastika into the Jew hunter's head, when one of his bastards turns to him and says, "Lieutenant, I think this may be your best work yet." Lieutenant Aldo Raine turns to him and goes, "This may be my masterpiece." And let me tell you, I think Quentin Tarantino's telling us that this is his masterpiece. And I wholeheartedly agree. You are going to love this film. The entire planet's going to love it. Pay your $10, get out and see this movie. You will not be disappointed. It is the best movie of the year. Back to you, Billy Daly. You glorious bastard.
Thank you, Matthew. Great job as always. I agree with you. You hit it right on the head. Christoph Waltz, an amazing performance. Definitely this generation's Hannibal Lecter. I loved Eli Roth. Played a great Boston boy in this movie. Who would have thunk that the Red Sox in Massachusetts and Nantucket would have been referenced in 1941 Nazi-occupied France. Nice. So let's go out to the X-Man, Colin Kelley. Colin, what did you think of Inglourious Basterds?
Inglourious Basterds, Tarantino, phenomenal, buddy. This movie takes off with chapters, and I'll tell you what, chapter 2 of this movie was insane. The best scene since The Dark Knight's first 10 minutes of the movie. Even better than the scene in Heat with the big shootout during the bank robbery scene. Chapter 2 introduces us to the Inglourious Basterds. We meet Brad Pitt as Aldo the Apache. He's a psychopath from down south, and he's got a passion for killing Nazis. And Eli Roth, one of my favorites, Boston's own, director and writer of Hostel 1 and 2, does an incredible impersonation of the greatest hitter of all time, Teddy Ballgame. He hits one down on Lansdowne Street. He is slugging, slipping, tipping, and dapping. Heads were flipping and flopping. It looked like bobblehead night with David Ortiz. It was insane. I loved it. It was phenomenal. You have to see it. There's scenes in it that just make your body cringe when they're scalping and they're dicing and cutting and choking and all that good stuff. Typical Tarantino. Mike Myers plays General Ed Fenish in this movie, and it's a very serious role, and this might have just revived his career after the Love Guru fiasco. I want to talk about the two girls in this film as well, the two actresses in this film, Diane Kruger and Melanie Laurnet. Phenomenal, phenomenal actresses. Definitely going to see some nods for awards this year, I guarantee it. Diane Kruger was brilliant as Bridget von Hammersmark. And what Tarantino film would be complete without a revengeful heroine in this film played by Melanie Laurnet? So again, this movie was so good and so incredible. I tried so hard to try and find something to pick this movie apart. And the only things I found was the acting was so incredible that you had to read some subtitles, which took away from actually seeing the acting, which kind of hurt. And secondly, I only paid $8 to get in it because I saw the matinee. I wish I paid the $10.50. This movie was phenomenal. Back to you, Billy D.
Colin, great job. I think we need an X-Men bobblehead night sometime soon here at the Cedar Park Reviews. Great movie. Tarantino, he did it again. Another thing we need to recognize too is this movie was also about the movies of that time and that period. You know, the Nazis, Hitler, they were crazy about movies. And even though this was a historical fiction piece, Tarantino really got a lot of messages across. It's a great movie. Check it out. I've been Bill D for Cedar Park Real Reviews. We'll see you next time. Arrivederci. Arrivederci? Arrivederci.